welcome everybody again to another week with us at the Gamers DMZ. As always, here on a Thursday at 7 p.m. Today is February 15th of 2024. I hope your year is going good and I hope you had a good week. But as always, we have with us Jazzy Moto,
Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us again.
the one.
What's up, people? Good
I
evening
mean, I said
again.
the one earlier. I meant OG. Went to the
OG.
host first. That was my bad. My bad.
What's up, my
OG, I
peoples?
can't miss OG or myself. OG, how you doing?
Hey,
Boy,
what's up?
you said what?
I said, what's up, peoples?
There you go. There you go. And it's me, Sir Rich. And now I can say the one. Now he can talk all he want. Now
Yeah,
he got the flow.
okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Please like and subscribe. Um, Interesting gaming week. Interesting topics this week. But before we get on our topics, let's hop in real quick to see what everyone's been playing this week. So we're gonna hit OG first. What have you been playing this week?
Oh, what have I been playing this week? Still playing Wolfenstein, baseball, the man that
Yeah, you ain't
erased
you ain't gonna even finish baseball, but go ahead.
the man who erased his name.
How you like that?
It's fun. It get hard too.
Yeah, it is. It gets real
Yeah,
hard.
yeah. I like that. I'm playing it on the Ally. Uh, what else? I was playing a little bit of Diablo, trying to jump back into that season 3. I almost finished it.
Did you?
Nice.
Yeah, yep, I almost finished it. What else? I think that's it.
Okay.
I've
Uh,
been kind of under the weather this week.
oh, really?
Yeah,
Stay off, stay off that red line. You do better.
spreading the germs in the
I
house.
know. Yeah, stay off that red line. All right. So, what about you, Serge?
My Destiny did a little bit of Power World with
Yeah, you
Diablo.
did. Yeah, I saw you on Power World.
I
Power.
tried the Brotato game out. You know what it is?
Yeah, I'm not
It's
gonna
it's
go ahead.
way Vampire Hunter.
Yeah,
Vampire Hunter, but with waves.
I'm not gonna play it, although I want to, but I have my own. I'll tell you why in a minute. But go ahead. Anything else?
No, that was it.
Okay.
Destiny,
Vampire Hunter
Power
D.
And,
World, Brotato.
and those games kind of Destiny and Power World take all your time, so I
Yeah, they
can
do. Yeah, they do.
take all your little time. What about you, Jazz?
Uh,
Amo?
some Destiny. Not as much as last week. I had to take a break. My eyeballs are starting to burn and my skull. I did do a few raids, but I've been playing a mess out of Power World. That game is so much
Yeah,
fun.
I
Made
Yeah.
me
saw
wearing
you
your
playing.
glasses.
Yeah, I'm playing it, and my best friend she streams too. So me, her, and Sir Rich, we have a world going together. So our little adventure. Tune in if y'all want to watch us. It's a bunch of shenanigans, but that game was fun.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, basically that's been it. I did install a few new games. And I haven't forgotten about my Cyberpunk. I'm gonna go back to that. I promise. Just don't know when, but I'm going back.
Hey, I ain't mad at you. So many games I got to get back to. There's so many games that I bought that I haven't even played. So it's like, okay,
hmm
I got to get to these games. I got to get to them. And let's see, I haven't played Resident Evil 3. I got to get back to that. But again, since it's in Game Pass and it counts as point on a daily basis, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get back into it. But as far as this week, what have I been playing? A heck of a lot of Remnant 2. Um, Call of Duty. Played the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer for free last week. And then I played Modern Warfare 2. I went back to that game and started playing it. I played Mutant Ninja Turtles. I tried Bloodstain. I may get back into that. I just wanted to try it.
Is that
I
turn
tried,
based?
no. Oh, you asking me that?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a silly question.
Well,
So he ain't playing it.
That's why I'm asking. I'm like, is
you,
they turn based?
because I ain't playing no turn-based game. You know that.
That's why that's a weird question. Like,
And that's why that's what I said. Why did he ask me that? You know good and well I'm not playing no turn. I tried Pillars of Eternity Dead for I don't like it. Tried it. I'm like, okay, that's enough.
yeah, I tried
All
that
right.
game a while ago. I couldn't get into it.
I
I
can't
tried
get
it too
into it.
few times to get into
Yeah,
it.
like, okay. I tried another Pillars of Eternity, but it's Deadfire. I'm like, okay. This game came out in 2019. I'm like, why would you make a game that looked like it was made in 2002? I just didn't like it. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Is that a remake? Because I played Pillars of Eternity. That sounds like an old game.
No, Deadfire. It's
Is it a
two.
new Pillars of
Yeah,
Eternity?
Deadfire. It's called Pillars of Eternity. Deadfire. That's the one I played. So it's two in Game Pass. And what else did I play? Yeah, and I did do as double. Had ventured into Diablo 4 and went back, created a new character. But what's that character you play, Jazz?
Shoot. I usually pick the witch doctor, the voodoo
No,
priestess.
no,
Who did
you were,
I?
and
I had the
not
burly chick.
what was
The Druid.
Yeah.
no, the Breach of Grid or whatever that. I was the one. I'm playing now as what's the next one to
Necro?
Necro.
Yeah, 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 yeah. You're right.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm like, okay, I don't like because you raid the dead bodies, and I'm like, I don't like this. So he moves too slow for me. Give me my magic. So I think I'm gonna create another character and start over. Oh, I can't play with this character.
It was slow.
Yeah, I can't do that. I'm like, that's just not me. I need to be fast, so I may create another character and
This
start over.
game was
Or
originally released in 2018, Deadfire, on
right,
PC, and then they
right, and it
re-released
can't.
it on the
Right,
PS5
right,
and Xbox. Okay,
right.
that's why it
Yeah,
looks like that. Never mind.
yeah. Okay.
Dang, it
I
took
didn't
two
like
years for them to put that on console.
it. And they had to port it. I don't like it. I'd rather play the old Pillars of Eternity before that. And I'm like, I can't do this. I can't. I just couldn't do it. But that's all I played this week. And let's see. I'll probably definitely get back, and I'm definitely in my Modern Warfare. But there's too many games I need to play. Speaking of games, we're gonna have a couple of things to talk about today. But one thing is I want to hit on is last week we discussed a game called Helldivers, a multiplayer game that specifically released on PS5 and the PC. So it's a multiplayer game, uh, microtransaction game, and from what I'm seeing, it had 200,000 players concurrent.
Mm-hmm.
So my question to you: none of you
I'm
have
curious what it is right
PS5s.
now.
None of you have PS5s. So
No.
would you play it for PC? You think about playing it for PC,
Yes.
and and would you pay the $40?
Nope.
I don't know about that.
So I'm going to go to OG. What piqued your interest, and do you think the game will be successful? That's the two questions.
I think it's dying already.
It just came out. Never
Oh,
mind. Get your
It'll
opinion
be a.
before we shut up.
It, yeah, give me your opinion, OG. You're entitled to that at least.
Yeah, get your
Would I
opinion out.
play it? Yes. Would I pay for it? No. It haven't piqued my interest that much that I'll pay for it.
A lot of
Has it?
people, a lot of people have said the game is fun.
Hmm?
I mean, a boatload of people said the game is fun.
That's weird. I'm trying to look at Helldivers on Steam, and it
If
ain't
you buy
popping
it,
up.
Mike, I'll if you buy it from me, I'll play
Yeah, there you go.
I guess you won't be playing it then, huh?
it.
Since you posted that way, it'll be a long time before you play that game. How you like that? Since you want to come to me like that, okay? You but do okay. So you don't think about playing it, and you don't think you'll buy it. Let's say that. What about you, Jazz?
I might consider it. I don't know. I mean, because like everyone's, I don't want to say everyone's playing it. It's popular. It has piqued my interest. I'm like, oh, what are they talking about? I want to try. I would definitely play it on PC. I don't know if I'd pay for it. I mean, if it were, and I feel like I sound stingy with this, but if it was like $20 or something, like I don't know y'all. Like, are y'all worth my $40? That's what I'm saying. But
That's what
I
I'm
am
talking about.
curious, like a trial or something. Let me see what it's like. Because I'm always
Okay.
up for something new.
And you gotta work together. Remember that. You gotta work together on that game.
True, true,
Okay.
true.
Okay. Um, sir, what about you?
I would try it out. I definitely do because I like the Starship Trooper vibe. It has my type of feel. I like PVE area killing stuff in a small thing. This is up my lane. You know I play these kind of games. So yes, I would pay for it and I would do it because it's not a $70 game. It's a $40 game.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's on my wish list when I come around looking for a new game, hey, it might convince me to buy it earlier. But yeah, $40 seemed like a fair price for this game. It's not a full price game. Why everybody adding like $40 is a big thing, but when other games is like $70, that's cheap. Like,
Oh
okay,
no, I ain't never say that. I ain't never.
$70 is a fair price.
I guess I said that in my mind because I'm playing Power World for free. So that's
Well,
just
you're
me
not
being
paying it for
stingy.
free. You're paying it through Game Pass.
Exactly, and that's
And
why I
that Game
said I
Pass, you
feel
pay
weird
$40
saying
for it.
this. However, so yeah, that's my own personal thing. But yeah, that's a valid point. 40 ain't bad.
Because that's how
Looking at
much
it,
Power World costs. Power World is $40 too. So,
yeah, I just didn't have to.
I get the feeling I'm gonna be playing it in June for $20.
and when did this game release? Like a week, and it's already at 20,000 concurrent players. That's very good.
No, no, no. Let's step back. Let's step back. Let's step
I
back.
mean, for most games that like what game? Game just came
Mm-mm.
out in a week. It had
You,
50,000 concurrent.
you,
Like
you
that's
had.
better
Oh,
than average.
let me put out the facts. It had 200,000 concurrent users.
How do you look at this stuff on Steam? Because I'm trying to look at the concurrent viewers on Steam.
Well, no, no, no,
Man,
no. That's concurrent. That's concurrent, meaning it was 130,000, I think, on Steam, and 70,000 on the
PlayStation.
PlayStation 5, somewhere around there. So you would buy it. All three of you would buy it, right?
No, I'm the only one that
Yeah,
it
no,
was
I
just
would
seven- wait a
consider
minute.
it.
It was just 70,000 on PlayStation.
Yeah,
That
I
was
thought that
roughly what.
number was more.
Yeah. No, concurrent is on both systems.
concurrent. When they say Steam, it's only Steam. That says Steam. That says 20,000 peak concurrent players on Steam.
Yeah,
How
peak.
many on PlayStation?
That's peak, but that's why I said I was trying to look at it now to get the number what it is now. But I do not know how to look at it. That's like I'll find out.
Okay. My thought is, and let me just put it this way. I own a PS5. They didn't have a demo. I don't think I'll buy
Boo.
it.
Well, I
I,
understand that because
I,
you don't like
I,
every game. You real.
yeah, I'm particular, but I don't mind the PVE game. If I would have bought it, it'll probably be on PC just to have something on PC to play. And outside of me playing my Legion Go. But I'm not, and I think y'all don't, I want y'all to think I'm hating on this. I don't see the longevity of the game if it just came out and it hit 200,000 players. And let's say the game is $40, it brought in $8 million. That's a live service game. And live service games survive by microtransactions and a good crowd base.
That ain't nothing.
200,000, 200,000. I guess that's okay.
That's
But
decent.
that's
But
just purchasing. No one has Game
right,
Pass. That's the
right,
Game Pass pushing it. It's just people buying the
right.
game.
So you got a point is you got 200,000, and just looking at statistics, Power World dropped incredibly after 2 to 3 weeks,
Okay, wow. It went up
and
for Steam.
what it goes.
It's 220 in game right now. 220,000 in game on Steam right now. I just looked it up.
Mm,
So it's going up.
And even at 220,000, I'm still not impressed because that's a live service game and it's only been 2 to 3 weeks, a week. Let's revisit this in a month. And if it's at sustainable 20,000, I guess that's okay. But I don't know how live service games can survive
The people
without a large, right, without a large fan base and microtransactions.
it does have a large fan base. Like
Right
Helldivers, this
now,
is off. This is off. This is from the original game too, mind you. This is a popular game on PlayStation. We
I
don't
never
play
see people.
PlayStation, but people do
I'm on
play this game.
PlayStation, and you know what? When I go to my PlayStation and see my friends playing, well, yeah, people I have as
How many
friends,
friends is it?
it's probably about 60. But ask me how many are signed on. Probably 10.
Exactly.
Duh.
And they're
I
playing
got about
Call of
4.
Duty, or they're playing FIFA, or they're playing Madden, or they're playing NBA 2K. Maybe one or two are playing
So
first
okay,
party.
since I got
Well,
this up, what would be a game you would compare it to look at the concurrent players within the
Power
first
World.
week, like when it
Power
dropped?
World.
Power
Power
World.
World.
It's not the same game. It has to be a live service game that's like
Power World is
No, it.
technically a live service
it is
game.
not. That is not a
Oh,
live
why not?
service game.
How?
Its turn is supposed to be a live service game.
Do they call it a live service or do they call it? Well, it could be a live service. Okay, Power World, but that's an anomaly. That's a new game that fire. We talking about a sequel to a game that has a decent fan base that came out first week live service. Like
Um,
maybe Destiny 2 could be
not
compared to it.
well, you say Destiny
Maybe
2.
something like that, you know?
What's that game EA makes? EA makes the game. What's the game live service game EA makes? Oh my
Apex.
god. Apex Legends, right.
Okay, I
Apex.
just looked that up. First week,
That
113
was
concurrent
super
players in
popular.
drop.
And how many on it now?
Apex Legends. They just dropped the DLC, so this is kind of it's 127,000 in game right
After
now.
wow, that's
So they
impressive.
only dropped. That's 20,000 less than when they came out.
But what
That's a
okay,
good
what
game
I'm
though.
trying to explain to you, you keep pushing Helldivers up there. I
No,
just
I'm not
said
pushing Helldivers. I'm saying, what is the comparison to that? How can we say that's not a good player base? What is the control to that?
that's my
We can't
point. It's
say it's
not.
20,000 and that's because in my mind 20,000 is decent. I'm not saying it's above average. I'm not saying excellent. I'm saying above average. Most
If to
games when they
me,
drop, they only make 75 to 100 if they lucky. Most like Starfield when it dropped. How many was Starfield and then it dropped down
oh
to
my
50?
God, Starfield had over 300,000 people playing that
Mm-hmm.
game. 400,000.
And then it had a fast drop off.
But
That's beyond
that's
the
not a
point. The
live
first week. The
service
first
game.
week. I'm talking about the first week because this been out for a week now. We just
Yes.
comparing the first
Oh,
week. We just saying the
first week
first week. That's it.
they had an incredible amount the first week.
Let me see.
And that was a
Pre-order.
$50 game. And that was a $69 game.
Ooh. No,
So
they didn't have a good first week.
yes, they did.
Ooh.
Let me
When did it come out again? Because it say it only goes back to 3 months.
oh no, it came out in August.
Came out in August, end of
Because it's
August.
not. Oh, let's see. All. Okay, all. Yeah, in the first week from September 2nd to the 12th,
But why we
it
compare the
ended
same?
on
But
260, but the highest was 330
that's
about
my point.
5 days, but it dropped drastically.
But that's not a live
After the
service
week,
game.
after I'm just saying,
That's not a live service game.
after a week, it's a week after the hype died. I'm saying after the week, the hype should have died down.
Well, all I'm saying is,
Because it's like it halved its player base after 2 weeks. A game that's unheard of.
well, in my opinion, I don't think the game's going to be as successful as with everybody. 200,000 to me is nothing for a live service game
And
where
to
you
me,
have
live
monster
service will
players.
have more to have more player base because it's online and you're playing with people as opposed to a single player game is based solely on your experience. So that is to me that's unfair to Starfield to compare it to because it's a single
Right,
player
you
game.
want to compare it to
But I'm
Starfield,
saying
though.
what games came out. No one's throwing stuff out. I'm just what came out recently. That's all I'm.
No, I can't tell you. You can't go by what came out recently because it haven't been many. I'm just saying overall in general.
I'm only comparing the first week. That's fair.
Oh,
It's been out for a week. That's fair. I'm
okay.
only comparing the first week. I'm not
You're
comparing
not.
the whole
I'm not.
timeline,
No,
just the first
no.
week.
That's what I'm saying, and I'm gonna say it again. You can compare Apex Legends.
And
That
Apex
came out.
Legend is half the amount after a week. It released at half the amount and it stayed at half the amount. So this game is better than Apex.
No, I don't believe that. I'm just telling you,
All
I
right,
don't.
Jazz, I'm about to sit. You can pull up the numbers right now in front of the screen. You just got to go to the Steam charts. We can look at this right now on screen and
I'm looking
discuss it live.
at Apex Legends. I'm looking it up.
Because mind you, this is only Steam. This is only Steam. Nothing else because the numbers are higher than this because we can only compare
Okay,
Steam
right
and
now
Xbox
it
One.
says Apex Legends,
But
February
hit the
7th. Okay,
charts.
hold
I'm
on.
saying, I'm just saying, go to the
Uh,
charts and explain it to me the whole timeline.
I'm looking at it right now. Apex Legends, and you're missing my point. Apex Legends, February 7th, 2024. It says 234,755 24-hour
Is
peak.
that within the first week?
All
Off
all
the first
time.
week. Off the first
Okay,
week.
are you gonna
1 week,
listen?
7
Or
days.
are you going? You're not listening. That's all I'm trying to say.
I'm
Once you,
listening, but I'm
yeah,
saying
let me
compare it over
finish.
a week.
Let me finish. 624,000 all-time peak.
That is unfair. That
No,
game
it's
hasn't been
not.
out for 12 months. That's unfair to Helldivers. It's only been out for a week.
Let me
If
ask you a
Helldivers
question.
could get up to that number within 12 months, we don't know. It's in the future. We can't say
Well,
that. That is an
no,
unfair
no.
comparison. That is
Let
an
me
unfair comparison.
and let me explain something that what I think all-time peak means. Your definition of all-time peak may be a little different than all-time peak means to
No,
me.
what
Now, can I
Steam.
finish?
I'm talking
No,
about what
I'm
Steam say,
talking.
but you're
Okay,
telling me what I think, and I'm telling you right now,
I'm asking
continue
you
your point.
I'm asking you what does the word mean? So we're on the same page.
All time means
I
the
just
whole
pulled it
time the
up.
game been on the service, and this is the highest peak the whole time this game been out.
So
On Steam,
okay,
this is the highest it's ever
let
been.
me
In
rephrase my
12 months,
question.
this is the
Let
highest
me
peak within within 12 months.
let me finish my question
You
and tell me if
paused.
I'm right if I'm right or wrong.
You paused.
Can I finish? Does all time peak mean? And I'm gonna say it again. Does all time peak mean on one day this is the highest amount of people that played the game? Does that put all
Yes.
time peak? So
And within that
that
12 months for that one
and
time
with
period, it's
that,
not even a day, it's a time
can
period.
I
If it do
say
it
I
within
asked
an
you a
hour, it can.
question. I asked you a question. What does all time peak mean?
And I gave you two answers.
No, you can't. It only could be one. All
You
time
asked
peak.
two questions, so I gave you two answers. You asked the
Okay, I'm gonna
question two
ask this
different times, and
question.
I answered it
I'm
two
gonna
different
ask.
times. So you're being
I'm
dishonest right
nah,
now.
no, I'm not. I'm asking one
We're
question.
dishonest right now.
No, does all time peak mean? The highest amount of players at one given time.
Within 12 months.
I don't
Within
care
that
if it's.
past 12 months.
I
No,
don't
it's not
care.
all time. It's in within the last 12 months.
I asked you what all time peak means.
I'm telling you
All
what it means on
to me,
Steam. On
I'm looking.
Steam, when they say all time peak, they got a little number behind it, say 12, and then they got a word called months. So they
Okay,
say all time peak within the last 12 months.
okay. So let me see. Um,
But you can go to all and look at the graph and put your pointer on when the game came out and look at when it came out and go 7 days past that. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about
Okay,
within the 7 days, which is fair to the game because this game has
I'm
not
not.
been out for 12 months.
That's not my
That's
point.
the
Okay,
comparison rate.
but that's I'm not going to compare it. What I'm trying to explain to you, and I'm saying this to mean this: if you want to mark my words on this, so everybody hear me saying what I am about to say, so it's clear. If this game right here, Helldivers, is at 200,000 right now, what I'm saying is I'm not impressed. When you have uh, Apex Legends been out over a year, it's an older game. It's all
But when you
time
go
peak.
back to the when it came out, within a week of it came out, it was 113. I said that's not a fair comparison because this is a new game, and
Okay,
Helldivers is a game with a continuing base. We are not even
that's
talking about
what
that.
I'm trying to explain to you is that, and it's all said and done. Helldivers is not. It does not have the longevity. That's all I'm trying to say.
Apex, you said the same thing about
No,
Apex.
I didn't. No, I did not say that about
You
Apex.
said you
I
don't see
played
it going
Apex.
in the future because you don't know where it could go. You
I
say
didn't
this
say
about a
that.
lot of live service games because you don't
I
know.
never said that about Apex. I played Apex. I never said that about Apex.
I know that we all should play sometime. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But what I'm saying to you is, and we can visit this and we can move on to the next topic unless you want to keep going on this. And I'm marking my words right now. The game is not going to outdo and it's not going to have the longevity. And what I'm saying, if you're saying yes, it is, and it's going to grow just like Apex Legend is, time will tell. The only
You're not
thing I'm
hearing me.
saying, it's not growing.
You're not hearing me. A game came
Like
out a
you-
week, and I'm comparing it to another game that's in a similar vein within the week to see what is the possibility that it has a possibility because it has a strong start, because it has a starting point.
It's gonna
And a
grow
similar
some.
game that had a half
Helldivers
amount of a
will-
starting point peaked out. It just depends on what they put in the game. If they follow their plan like they say and put the DLC out like they say and do everything instead of you gonna have success. Just like how Apex keeps adding stuff. The
Okay,
only reason
we'll
why they
see.
keep having this stuff go up is because they added stuff. The reason why people went back to Division 2 is because they just added a bunch of DLC.
Okay, we'll see.
People revisit live service games if they enjoy them and you interject life into them. That's why
Okay,
everyone wants a
when
live
you,
service game because Destiny lasted 10
what about
years
Pal?
and
What
made them
about Pal
all
World?
types of money. What about
Destiny
PAL?
is falling. Destiny is falling. What?
Because of how they ran the game. People are complaining because the DLC that they are coming out with has been pushed back. It was supposed to have been out
I
already.
know.
But
I
now they
understand that,
saying all the
sir.
layoffs has pushed the DLC back, so everybody mad because they playing the same stuff. So,
Okay, Surge,
because they
Surge,
didn't interject anything new
Surge,
into Destiny, it
Surge,
is
Surge.
failing now.
You banking off ifs. I'm banking off what I'm.
I am not
You
banking
just
off
said
ifs.
if
I'm
they
saying
do this. If,
possibilities and trajectories. You are talking
oh,
definites.
I'm not.
You are
I
talking definites,
always.
and I am
I,
talking possibilities.
that's like an
Because
if.
it,
If it's possible, then they'll do it. I'm telling you, definite that I don't think it, and I'm
yeah,
going to
and
stand by
that's
that.
incorrect because that's a definite when you don't know what is going on with this game. You already admitted you don't like the game and you don't know, so you
And
biased right now.
I never said I wasn't. I'm telling you what
And
I
I
don't
said you
think.
being dishonest. That's part of the dishonesty.
No, it's not being
Yes, it is
dishonest.
because you're
Being
biased to the truth.
dishonest.
That is
That's
dishonesty. That is a
God.
definition of
Hold
being
on, hold on,
dishonest.
hold on, hold on. Stop, 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 stop. Because you are mixing words that you not
I am
clear of.
not mixing
Yes,
words.
it is. If I say
You're saying
100%,
definite.
can I finish? If I say I don't like something, I'm being truthful, right or
Yes,
wrong.
but because of your dislike of it doesn't mean
I,
it's going to be unsuccessful because you can't
I didn't
see it.
say I said. I said, and I'm gonna stick to it. That's not me being dishonest. I'm saying a fact that what I believe. Next week we'll see. Mark it, and we'll see how this game. I said I don't see this game having the longevity. There is nothing dishonest about that. There's nothing that I said dishonest. I said from what I see, from what I'm hearing, and too many live transactions. I would love to be wrong,
I'm
but
just
we'll
saying
see.
there's people that eat up these live transactions and they ain't the gamers like we are. These is new gamers. They
Okay.
don't mind spending money like that. That's what I'm
Yeah.
looking at. Like when I look
Okay.
at these people on Destiny and
Okay.
stuff and all these other games that I played at a live service, people spend bank on them. They are called
Okay. Let
whales.
me say, trust me, I know what a whale is. Trust me, I work in cybersecurity. I know what a whale is.
Yeah.
Trust and believe, I know that. What
I'm
I'm
just saying
asking
there
you,
are other possibilities that I see you're not considering because you
and I'm
said
not. Okay, definite.
and it's
So
dishonest because you're
it's
not
not
telling the whole
dishonest.
truth. That's only partial of the truth, which only
That's
is
not a question.
part of the reasoning. And
I'm
even
just
if it
asking
is
you
your
a
opinion, it can
question.
be a dishonest opinion because you're
It
not
can't
putting all the
be
facts in.
dishonest. That's not a dishonest opinion. I'm telling you. Okay, let's put it this way. You believe that the game's going to grow. I don't.
I said it's gonna be better than average.
You know that? Okay, so better than average means the game's going to grow. Let's just make a statistic.
It could be
Let's.
better than average by keeping the current players it has now. Right
Okay.
now, it's better than
Do you
average.
do
It
you
can
think?
continue
Let me
this.
ask you this question: Do you think the game's going to grow, or do you think the game's just going to stay where it is, or do you think the game is going to stay at, let's say, 50,000 and last for 5 years?
I don't know
At
how
that,
long it's gonna last because I don't really look at any game lasting 5 years because I didn't believe
okay,
Destiny to
2 years,
last in 10 years.
2 years. Okay,
It's gonna
six
Because
grow.
months. Six
It's gonna
months.
grow.
I don't even believe how GTA has done it. Like this is a new anomaly that
I
we really
do.
don't have a lot
You
of
can
information
commit
on.
crimes without penalties in real life.
To the level that it was gonna do though, to the level
Mm-hmm.
you thought it was gonna sell billions and billions and billions.
But GTA, I don't find that hard to believe.
Me, I'll be honest with you. I do find it just shocking how people like GTA.
That's what
I
I'm
this is
saying.
me.
How
And
Why?
popular it is.
Why you find that shocking? Why do you find that shocking?
who me?
Yeah.
I have never liked games where I run around and do the same thing, can do stupid stuff.
Exactly, and it's ridiculously repetitive.
It's
Ridiculously
right.
repetitive
So
almost.
I don't get it. I mean, I'm not saying to each his
That
own.
can't
For
exist.
some people,
Right. I'm
it's like Second Life almost. Like, oh, I am this GTA character.
You
I
know
am
people
this
like to
rich.
be that.
Shit,
I,
my
I
That's true.
sister
When
in LA
RP
is
came out,
addicted to that
that's
game.
what created RP. So
Yeah.
okay. Well,
You know people get a kick out of doing bad things.
I
Mm-hmm.
know.
Without the
I just
consequences.
but like
well,
to the level of the money spending
Crime
though.
simulator.
yeah, I just don't get it though. I mean, me, I don't get it.
And
I know
especially spending on stuff that only like spending thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on a game that you know just gonna be gone, and all that money is just gone with it.
okay.
Like the concept of that is
Okay, we
that
went a
feels
little
good.
bit. We've been a little too long tooth on this. Let's move to our next topic because we are a half an hour in and talking about that game. So
Yeah,
let's move on.
and then to the last point, this Call of Duty, it ain't got no peaking like that no more. The players is at 96 now. The 24-hour peak is at 100. So we never thought this was gonna be Call of Duty. So anomalies can happen by the way
Okay.
people run the game. Because Call of
Okay,
Duty was a good game, but they turned
but
off the players by what they released.
you do realize that Call of Duty.
It's a live service game now.
No, that's not
Yes,
what
it
I was
is.
saying.
Yes, it
It's
is.
not.
Ever since they put out that launcher, it's been a live service game.
Did you hear what I said?
You said
I'm
no
not
when I
the
said it's a live
I
service game. You
said
said
that's
no.
not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I didn't say that. You interpreted that. I said you said Call of Duty is a live service. I don't have anything to say against that. I was just stating another
But
fact.
you
I was
said no.
trying to
That's
ask
all I
you.
say. You said
I
no
said
with
no.
H.
Do you realize that Call of Duty is more popular on PlayStation than Helldivers is?
Yeah. And I'm
Okay,
just saying
and
it should have
Xbox.
a larger player base, but the way they're running it, the way they
Okay.
released this last piece, it has lost player count. Has it not? Off of the way, maybe not what they did, but how the media ran with it, but they have lost players
I didn't
based
see the
off
bank.
how the game released and
I
how
didn't
the
see.
game was perceived.
Talking
You
So
know
about
I'm
what?
Call of
saying
Duty.
I'm saying that to say
Hold on. I'm gonna say this from a financial perspective, okay? And you can believe this or you can't. But, and I'm gonna say this from this perspective, then I'm gonna give you my answer later because to me, I don't want to tell you now because it's gonna impact what I need to say later. But I don't go with that theory. but you do. So we'll leave it at that and go to
What
our next.
theory is that? The theory
I,
that
I,
if you put out a good product, it's gonna get more people on it, and if you put out a
that's
bad
not. I
product, you're
said,
gonna lose
hold
your
on, hold
customer
on,
base. That's what
hold
I'm
on.
saying.
But that's not what I'm saying. You
That's what
said that.
I'm saying.
Okay, good. Hold that thought because guess what? That's not what I'm saying. What
I
I'm
didn't
saying is
say
going.
you were. I'm talking about what I am saying.
Okay, good.
You're
Because
saying what you're saying, and I'm saying when you release a bad product, you lose players. You lose customer base. Call of Duty is a prime example of that. It
okay,
wasn't up to the par of what these players thought it was gonna be, and it
okay,
lost
and
some
I said,
players.
if you want to believe that, I said you entitled. I said, but I'm gonna hold that thought until we get
Okay,
to
let
the
me
end.
let me put this last word in there. On
Okay,
Steam is true.
and that's okay.
Because if you can go to Steam and pull up the numbers
Okay,
and look at what Call of Duty did in the last
okay.
5 years, you will see a dip. You will
And do
see
you
a rise,
realize
and then
that
you'll see a dip further than it's
Call
ever
of
been.
Duty, Call of Duty is on various game platforms on PC as well, Epic, and I think it's on what's now we're going on places I didn't want to talk about this early, but uh Call of Duty, who owns them? Their own game store. That's on their own game store. But anyway,
It was,
uh
I think it was coming off the Activision launcher.
Activision launcher, you're right, Activision launcher, but and they sold like gangbusters there. But anyway,
Yeah, but I'm saying the player count. Like, the player count shows you how many players are there to be able to buy stuff. Because it's a live service game, and the less players is playing it, is the less players is buying the items in the
you
game.
keep sitting on the same point. Okay, let's move on because that's technically on Steam. If you want to say that's Steam, good.
I
Let's
did.
move on.
I did.
Okay,
I
good.
clarified that. I did. I
Okay,
did. I said
okay,
that. I said, let me add this last part.
okay.
On
Now we can
Steam.
move.
I
Okay,
did.
now we can move. We can move. Okay. Also, this week in our gaming topics, what do you guys think about OG? Go to you first. Um, Spider-Man finally hitting 10 million units, and with a player base of 50 million consoles. What do you think about that? It took Broad more than 4 months to hit, and that's 20% of the fan base. What do you think about that? Spider-Man 2,
Uh,
that.
well, as you know, I was predicting that by Christmas. So to me, Spider-Man has fell off.
Mm.
To me, because I thought they would hit that by Christmas with that game. So
Hmm.
it's being celebrated that they hit 10 million now at what 5 months in.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Blah 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 blah. With 58 million consoles,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. But 50 something. We gonna say 50 something.
50 something.
50 something.
You can give them 49.9. It's still bad.
Yeah, 50 something. But okay. You're right. Because
So
49 to 50, still 10 million.
It's
still 10 million. So I don't know. I think they're losing. I think they're losing out.
okay.
That's my opinion. I think they're
Okay.
losing out.
Okay. What about you, Serge? What are your thoughts on it? It taking so long to reach 10 million.
Dude, the holiday season is ridiculous. Because it should have
It
sold
should
like
have hit that.
Gangbusters being a major IP coming off of everything that is Spider-Man. Spider-Man sells. I mean, that's a flagship product. It should have been. I don't know what went wrong or why they sold so little, but for coming off a 24-hour period of 25 million to taking the rest, almost what is that now? Like almost 6 months, 7 months,
Came
something like
out
that. You said what?
September, October. Came out in October.
October 30th. So
October, November, December, January. 4 months.
5 months,
4 months.
about 5 months. 4 months, get moving into five. Actually, no,
Mhm.
4 months because it's the end of that month. So I'll be fair. 4 months. 4 months. Usually Spider-Man sell way better than that. I'm surprised that it didn't do good. I'm curious at why it didn't sell so well. Was it the direction of where they went with it, or like what went wrong with it? It should have sold a lot better than it did. But like you say,
Okay.
how many consoles is out there? Because wasn't it on sale for PC too, or is that yet to come? I
No, it
can't
hadn't
remember.
came to PC. It has not hit PC
Okay,
yet.
I couldn't remember if it was one of
Yeah.
those or not.
All right, Jazz,
And
what
I don't
about you?
remember it going on
Oh,
sale either.
No, it ain't on sale. PlayStation rarely puts the. Otherwise, I would have bought it, and I'm not buying until it goes on a good sale. Jazz, what about you?
Yeah, same sentiment. I'm surprised, versus everyone. Oh, Spider Man, Spider Man, but you know,
It might be people waiting for it to go to PC.
yeah,
Honestly,
that too. Me, yeah. I guess me being one of them since I have a PS5, but I just wait till I get a PS5. But
Yeah,
I
for
would
those who
rather have
don't
it on
own,
PC mods. Were you gonna say the one?
um, I was just gonna say, and I was just waiting for Jazz to finish and get the rest of her opinion before I say something.
All right, Jazz, what you got?
um, no, just I don't know. I wonder if people are like, and I don't know if I should choose a better word for this. Are they tired of it? Like, or does it have to do with all the errors and whatnot? They say, man, forget this game. We got other stuff to play. That's just my outside opinion looking in.
Or did they not do enough new stuff?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Copy, paste.
That could very well be what it was too.
Because there
I don't
wasn't
think so.
anything really new, was it?
But
Other
let me
than
ask you a question. Let me ask you a question since y'all going that route. And this is the question always. I'm laughing at people when they always say new. Give me, if I'm gonna ask you first, OG, what could Spider-Man have done differently outside of swing, crawl, shoot webs? Yeah,
the only
I
thing for
mean,
him to have
I
to do is
mean,
shoot. Like
right.
what else can they
So
add to
I, I,
it?
I hate. No, I don't hate it. It tickles me when people can say, "What do they add new?" That's like Call of Duty, one of the best-selling games. You gonna tell me you're gonna shoot different? Although
Yeah,
they did
future,
make the guns a
exactly
little
what they
bit different, and there are certain things that tick me off about Call of Duty. The physics are not correct, where you can jump and shoot a gun accurately. It
oh
still
yeah,
boggles my mind.
yeah.
That is the most irritating thing in Call of Duty, and I wish they would fix that. But needless to say, my point I want to make is that um, everyone keeps saying they couldn't. What could they have done different? I don't even think
the
uh,
multiverse moves.
they could have did anything different. What I think the issue is, my opinion is, and that wouldn't be almost accurate, is that I think people have gotten too accustomed, and it's part of PlayStation's fault, is that they got most of their gamers hooked on
Big
multiple.
bad change.
Right. No, no. They got most of their players hooked on Call of Duty, FIFA,
Oh, only reason why I
Mm,
said that
NBA.
because of God of War. That's what I was thinking
Yeah,
of.
oh, yeah, and God of War didn't do great to me
Cause like I don't want to
because,
feel like I'm playing the same game when you just stamp new on it, but it looks the same, it feels the same. Like
right,
that's
I
what I
understand
mean.
that. Right, okay.
Yeah, and that's what my point was bringing God of War from because they completely rejiggered that one.
It's the same story. I mean, it's a good story.
Well, I
I
mean,
think,
like the mechanics, and it's still the continue. It's a continuation. Yes, the story didn't, but the mechanics of the game per se, how you fight and everything changed.
I
give
think
me
I
a,
think the Batman series is better than Spider Man.
I would agree with that.
well,
Well,
Just in
I
my
like the bat.
preference.
I
well,
like,
it's like the Superman problem
You know
when
what?
you
Let me
talking
shut
like
up
that.
because I ain't even finished Spider Man
It's the
one.
Superman
Ignore me.
problem when you talking like that though, because Spider-Man has to have more of a threat than Batman. You get 20 dudes on the street, Batman fighting for his life. Spider-Man fighting freaking big old machines like it ain't nothing. You need bigger and badder enemies for Spider-Man than you do Batman. It's easier to do
I,
street level stuff with Batman than Spider-Man.
I don't, I don't know.
Hmm.
I just say this when I played Spider Man and I played Batman. I'm not going to say the mechanics or how the mechanics go in the game or who do you fight or what do you fight. The thing, I'm sorry, I didn't like, and people can say it was fun. I didn't like traversing over the city, swinging through the webs. And everybody say, "Oh, it's fun and
What do you
easy."
mean swinging through webs? Like just like trying to the regular web swinging
Yeah,
against the acrobatics and stuff?
yeah, it got boring to me. So when things get boring to me, I lose interest.
Yeah, because
As
you have to be
well,
very creative with the swinging and come
right,
up with
right,
ways
and
to
then if
make it
that
fun. It's
wasn't,
not just in your face.
but in addition, that the swinging wasn't everything. I just think that, like kind of what Jazz said, to an extent, it didn't offer that much of a difference to gain people's attention.
From the other
It,
games.
and right from the other games, and
From the other games.
and uh, I just think people could be a little not marveled out, superheroed out.
Yes, yes.
They didn't.
Marveled
They
and
did,
superhero. Yeah, I'm gonna say yes.
Definitely.
I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna say yes.
but
Yep.
you just had a Spider-Man. You just put out Spider-Man Miles Morales. You just put out this. You just put out that, and everybody is not into that type of game
And it's similar, like yeah, that, and it's similar to the other two games.
now.
Like you say, it wasn't much difference in the way it controlled and everything. It was just story
And
differences.
my Mr. OG, and when I said it, he got mad at me, figuratively speaking, of course. I
Not
told
really.
him, no, uh, I told him, being me, said, and I gave him a month. I said, I'm not going to be impressed if the game doesn't sell 10 million in a week or two because you have too many people as a fan base. And if the game doesn't hit 10 million in at least a month, I'm not impressed. And I think the Sony investors agree with me. Don't you think? OG? Did he put
No, I
himself
ain't
on mute?
agreeing with
No.
you.
Yeah, no, he
I ain't agreeing with you. What you?
Look, I don't want to say yes to that. Do not get me in that trap. Lord, that's a trap.
this man, this man, this man argued me down about Spider, talking
Good
about how he
15,
was to
20
do
minutes.
it. And I
I'm
was like,
exaggerating, y'all. Come
but
on.
here we are in in
I'm
February.
mad because the game should have hit. It should have hit that 10 million by Christmas. It should have.
Yeah, I agree. I
Yeah,
agree.
especially since they was bundling consoles with it and all that stuff. Man, that should have sold better than that. For real, for real.
So me, I'm not impressed, even with 10 million it took him this long, but I can tell you that I would say a good 100,000 to almost, I would say a good million of sales may have come from when they put it in the Sony store for trial and people tried it and bought
Mm,
it. See, they just, you see, they just announced that after they put that in their little game store,
yeah,
and they
demos help.
put the
Who knew demos work?
yeah,
Who would have thunk it?
That's bogus, ain't
because
it?
they didn't announce anything to after they put that in there, and I can guarantee you most people bought it because they said, "Oh, okay, it's in here. I'll play it," and you play it for that little 2 hours, and then
Get hooked.
you get hooked.
Well, they
You
can
a
finish the
lot.
story. It's fun.
So,
But that's why I say demos, man. I don't know why people's going away
but
from demos. You need trials and demos to help push your game. Like,
hey, look at Power World, biggest demo out there.
dude came
Preview.
out with a Game Pass because it's not a demo; it's
Pre-
just Game Pass.
Yep.
So, hey, if you got
So
Game Pass,
anyway,
try it out. Throw it in Game Pass. Throw your little
uh,
dollars in Game Pass.
so anyway, I wouldn't. I'm not impressed with the 10 million. If it would hit 15 million, I'm like, okay, they did well because that means they got a good percentage of the game base. And I'm not hating on the fact that 10 million, but to me, I thought
For a game
10
of that
million,
nature.
right? And of Sony, and that everyone says everyone loves Sony's. I think more or less is their own internal hype that their gamers said that everybody buys a single player. We love Sony for the single players. That is not true, and that is proven to be not true.
I can't agree with that one because Last of Us, God of War, it's not
You can agree or
all
cannot
encompassing.
agree.
You said what?
You can or cannot.
You said can it?
I'm
I'm
asking you.
saying
You
like
can't. Yeah, I'm listening.
I say I don't agree with it for the simple fact that I don't know.
And agree. I'm gonna go right back and say the investors do.
Yeah,
Because you
because it's
can't
like they not
when
selling
right
systems or nothing
they
like
don't
that,
well
but
they
like
no they're selling the systems but the people are not buying those
buying the
games.
games. Yeah,
That's my point I'm making. If you got 50 million systems, I don't care if you have 100 million systems, as I told OG before,
that's
you
what
can
I
have
told him too.
100 million systems if you not selling the amount of games to commensurate or to some specific percentage to attach rate to amount of consoles you got out there. There is no
That's
way you
a
should have
failure
them.
for investors.
Right. So you can have
You going
Xbox. You can say, oh, we got more than Xbox. But if Xbox has an attach rate of 25%, you have an attach
and
rate of
God of War
10%.
didn't sell that
So
good. It didn't even get half a
that's
player base.
that's my point.
It
That's
only
the
sold
only
23 million. Let me see. What else? What else I say? Last of Us. Let's see. I know that didn't sell. Not like it
So,
should have.
no, the remaster. And coupled with the fact that I'm gonna run these two stories together. One, Sony is not announcing any new games to 2025,
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
and
April
and
2025.
yeah, April
April.
2025, and their earnings call was yesterday, which no one listens to me. I told you guys many podcasts ago. We just gonna wait till the 14th when the earnings call comes. That's gonna tell the whole sign of what everybody's talking about. And lo and behold, things weren't as rosy as people thought they would be. Hence, Sony saying, "Hey, we're going to put games everywhere." And they said multi-platform, and then people thinking it may be Xbox, but then they say no, he meant PC. To me, when you say multi-platform, to me that means
The
I
world.
would, yeah. To me, multi-platform means it could be consoles as well. But that's just me. I'm not wouldn't hold my breath, but if you want the money from, and if it's an old game or whatever, and you want to go multi-platform to make the money, do it because like was said and when our last topic we're going to discuss,
Hey,
you
before you
have
get into
to,
the last topic,
right,
let
you
me say
have
something.
no, I'm
No, just
I
say
want
finish.
y'all
I'm
right,
gonna
I
say
want y'all opinion, I want y'all opinions on that. So what do you guys think about the multi-platform for Sony and Sony um not having a major game out in 2020 till 2025?
go back. I want to say 10, 12 years. Go on Twitter and copy and paste some things to say. All the stuff PlayStation people was saying about Xbox when they ain't had no games, copy paste here.
Hmm.
Copy paste here. All that hateful stuff, I ain't even got copy paste that.
All them
And
receipts.
yeah, but what do you think about that, OG? Sony has no games. No, I'm not gonna say no games. They got a lot of games, but third
No
party,
sales.
right?
No
And do you
good
think
sales.
it may it see?
Well, I just looked up Last of Us 2 and that only sold 12 million copies. The original, not the remake, but the original.
Oh wow, are you
Yeah,
kidding?
that's what I'm saying. They not I thought it sold more the way they advertise and make it remakes. I thought it sold at least half the player base.
I
No, I was
swear.
wrong.
I told you they're
I was
grasping
wrong.
straws. That's what it seemed like to me.
I was completely wrong.
But
The
it's
one
still
is right
trying
on
to
this
sell
one.
the
Single player
game.
games ain't selling on PlayStation. I was
Keep
completely
trying to
wrong
tell
the way
people.
they hyping it up. I was fluxed. I can admit that.
So when you
Golly.
have a console, I don't care if you sell 100 million. If you don't have that attach rate for that software, that's going to make you the big profits on your investment. I don't care how many you got. It's going to sit and collect dust.
That's crazy though.
I wish
I would thought that was so way
I would.
more than that.
Yeah, I wish I could let somebody use, like my relatives, my little nephew or something, use my PSN ID to use the game, the premium, because I have PlayStation Premium, and I'm like, I don't even use it because it just don't. I'm more interested in my Xbox. That PlayStation has probably been used. If I've played 20 hours of games on that, I would say
Hey, said
20,
it in the podcast.
50. If I played over 50 hours of games on that PlayStation, I'll be amazed. I don't think I have.
Yeah. Well,
Now,
like one of
oh,
y'all said, where you play where your library at. They said it on the
yeah.
podcast today.
So, do you
I mean,
think?
I honestly feel like I haven't missed nothing this generation on the
Okay,
PlayStation.
so by PlayStation, here's the
Exactly.
thing. Here's the thing. People were so, and this leads to the next topic, but people were so. Um, my whole point is with Sony seems to be following Xbox, right?
Yeah.
Multi-platform, because
Because they
everybody
were
was
dogging out the fact that they said they was going to multi-plat, and
now,
then
right
this week they
now.
said that's what they were doing.
Now, here's my problem with Xbox, and we can get into that after this. But my problem with Xbox
Mm-hmm.
is, and this has been my problem for day one. What is my problem with? And if you don't know this, double, when I see you, I'm gonna knock you upside your head. What is my biggest problem with Xbox? Though, you know,
If you don't say that right, I ain't
I'm
knocking
gonna
you
get them.
upside your head.
Not
OG.
hear you. What you say?
Oh Lord, I said, what is my biggest problem with Microsoft Xbox?
The biggest For you,
For me, where I go at Xbox
He
all the
always say at
time.
least once a week.
marketing. That's
There
how I
you
feel like
go.
There you go.
There you
Lack
go. There
thereof.
you go.
Oh, let
There
me
you
give you a
go.
shot in the
There you
shoulder.
go. And that so my whole point right now,
they
Sony
should be
don't doesn't
killing it.
no, Sony doesn't have any games coming out. If Microsoft went to jugular this holiday and everything else and started saying, like today, we're going to get into this in a minute. That's where we're going to hit on all my other subjects. But if they started marketing, like in the fall, Call of Duty on Xbox, this on
They
Xbox, and put it on the
killing it.
basketball games, put it everywhere, and put a console out for it, and you turn on the TV and you see it, and stop thinking that these social media people who will backstab you in a minute are going to advertise for you. And you know what I mean by that. You need to advertise yourself. That is my problem. And people saying, well,
Mhm.
they're doing, nobody knows about them. You can't know about something that you don't know exists.
Nope. And then everybody not hip to social media like that. The working
Exactly.
folk and all the people that you want to get into gaming, you have to get them.
And
And
you
what
know
do you
who?
do? Do
And,
advertising.
right. And you know who I would go after? And I said this before, and I'm not being chauvinistic because I'm just saying as a term. I will go after soccer moms, and I'll be
Yeah.
advertising
Yeah,
past
too.
on channels where they watch it
So
because
for
they'll
y'all
be
to
like, "Hey,
watch during
Mothers who
practice.
buy things for their
yeah,
kids.
yeah," because they said,
The ones,
"Okay,
the
the
ones that's
kids are going,
in it to win it.
the
But
kids who going to ask me about games. I want this game. I got this game, and you know how mothers are. I'm not buying you all this game. Let me get you something. You get all the games you want with this price. Done.
dude, do you understand the commercial they could do? They could have like, one of them old '90s commercials, like I'm not gonna buy all these games, and looking at an old case. Did you know about Game Pass? What's that? Hundreds of games. Just go crazy with it. Like, I want the '90s style commercial off that. Hair
But my point,
explosions, everything.
but my point with them is you can't, and they're saying they weren't impressed with their Game Pass numbers. I wouldn't be impressed with them, but you can't be impressed if you're not marketing. The games. You can't. You're not marketing. No one
Well,
knows.
you can get impressed after the fact when streamers start streaming it and
But
then
I
all
can't.
the, all
Right.
of that
Right.
stuff, and then
But
you get the bad
everybody.
reviews that dissuade other people. Nah,
But
it's
everybody
being messed
don't.
that way. That's messy.
Everybody don't stream. I don't want everybody to stream. You can't. Only you can should control your messaging. That's the
Hmm.
thing. I'm not gonna
And
let.
that's not
And
fair because it's like people don't watch streaming. People don't. And you have the money to go into these other avenues
that's
that
my
go
point. So,
towards like
so that's.
getting on YouTube and commercials
And
on
I know
YouTube and
that
stuff like that.
they can be very selective with their advertising, which is what they could do. I'm not talking about just advertise everything. I'm talking about selective
Hmm.
advertising. Like my whole biggest kick
Pick your two.
When Starfield came out, I'm like, why is there no connection with NASA, the Science Channel, the
Oh
Space
yeah,
Channel
and you mentioned
about
that
yeah, and
There
I
was a
keep
documentary
connection.
too on
There was a
Netflix.
connection for 5 seconds. They was like, "Go watch this special,"
but it wasn't
but they should have
average.
encompassed that with like, you get a free item if you watch
You
this,
know,
or
well, not only
here's a
that,
code.
not
I
only
mean,
that,
like that's how. I mean, like I'm thinking like Call of Duty. That's how
but
you get
my
people to buy other stuff,
right, but my
combined with other
point,
products. That's what I'm saying.
but my point is, this is going in the future. Microsoft needs because I think they're going to screw Call of Duty up if they Call of Duty had their own marketing program. Call of Duty was everywhere. They shouldn't stop the Call of Duty marketing program. That is what sold that game.
Mm, Doritos, Mountain Dew, all that for that game, and the free points. Cause think about it. I heard how many times you heard somebody. It was like I only bought this Mountain Dew because it had free Call of Duty points. I needed to get my so and
Me.
so item and woo woo woo.
It's
Like
been a while,
marketing
but
works.
yeah.
But listen, so my whole point is with Sony, they're taking the Xbox approach. They weren't impressed with their numbers. They said that the console sales are going to fall without any new consoles coming. I mean, without any new games coming 2025. It's the prime opportunity for Microsoft to put a marketing campaign on like crazy, starting over the next 2 to 3 months, and really let people know that hey, this is where you play games. I would never depend on anybody but me. If I need
Mm-hmm.
to do my product, I don't need you to do it for me.
Because you don't have my vision. You don't know. You don't have my
You
goals
know
for the
about
company like
product,
I do.
right?
Like
So,
listen to that podcast really got me like hearing what you saying with the marketing because how they talk on them, how they talk today on that podcast with all that care and all that. You need to be marketing like that with the precision care and thoughtfulness like you did on that podcast
They
when you
were
talked
very
about in the
much
future.
right. They were very much. So we can go ahead and go to the podcast. So the whole thing, I'm gonna step back, then I'm gonna go forward, and then I'm gonna answer a couple of your questions. But the whole thing about the podcast to me is blew out of proportion because of these so-called streamers making all these rumors up that Microsoft
Assumptions.
is going. No rumors, they were very good rumors, saying that Microsoft is going to third party. And I heard from this person, who heard from that person, who told Jimmy, Sue, Lou, uncle, mother, cousin, uncle,
Hmm.
sister, brother
Dude,
that
that was stupid. Come on.
They all came from the
the
leak.
leak, and it was amazing. And Double OG and I had a conversation last week, and we all did about what we thought would be third party, or them sticking to third party. And they came out today and gave their spiel on what the vision, let me call it the vision of Xbox moving forward. And in that vision, I had no issue about anything they did. They set the ground straight. They set the messaging. They cleared the message. They now have to keep that messaging up to make sure people understand. Because even after that, people are like, "Well, it's 4 games, okay." And I don't know if people listen to that. And I don't know if I heard. I know. Surge listened to it. I know Jazz listened to it. I know W perused it. But when Phil said we're going to put these 4 games, he didn't mention them, but 4 games. But the thing that I took away from that, he said, so we can make money and reinvest.
Hmm. He said
That
that's
was
the
key.
the
And
idea for every business.
right, he
Make
said you're
more.
making money. And see, that's what people. I think what the thing that irritates me most about gamers is that they don't understand money. They
They
understand
don't want
themselves.
to understand. They
Because
just want
see,
to
I don't, and
the
you can't,
allegiance.
right? You can't have them because look at Sony now, and you can look at all that you want. You gotta look at money, and when you look at money, you see everything that you have to do to survive. That's why you see all these gaming companies laying people off every day because they're not hitting their projections.
And he
And
admitted that
you,
too. He said
yeah,
he
right.
tweeted everybody getting hit with that.
So that being said, and this is where I want you guys to give me your opinions overall. We're going to start with you, Serge, because you did watch the whole thing. What were your takeaways from it overall?
That they have a true vision for boosting up the network that they have now, and they got their eyes on a new prize and a new player base, and they trying to figure out how to get that player base into their network, as well as like using. Basically, they like here's what we have to offer on the side of Xbox. Don't you want to come enjoy more of this? Come to our console, and you can enjoy more. Like just bringing more players to the Xbox fold, and thinking of new ways of doing it, as well as reaching out to other consoles and being more of
And making their money,
a
making money.
ecosystem.
Yeah, right.
Making bread, making money with a very well established ecosystem.
And trust and believe if Microsoft sends games to PlayStation, which they are, and Sony and Nintendo, and let's say they can bring in an extra 50 million to 100 million, they can reinvest that in new games.
Mm-hmm.
What does that hurt?
Nothing. Well, it hurts the
So
competition. That's it.
the Sony gonna be like, "Oh, you in my house making my money, taking." And then he said something that I've always said: if we get these people and they like our games, then we brand an Xbox to them.
Mm-hmm.
So people don't get that. So, OG, what's your thought?
I think
Well, okay,
as far as
what was your overall opinion of it?
say it again,
What was your overall opinion of it?
I think it's just moving on. I
The
mean, I've been
overall
playing
show,
games since
what was your
1980,
no?
and
What
it's
was your
been
overall?
evolving. That's what I'm getting to it, and it's evolving, and it's doing it again. It's evolving, and I think this is the best thing for Xbox to do.
Yeah, I agree.
Put these games out, spread it out some more.
If it's no
You know,
problem, so you're saying the 4 games that they're going to put out, they're 2 small games and 2 community games. They didn't say them. We assume what they are, but they didn't say them.
He
Yeah,
said they've been out for over a year. That was the other clue.
right. That was the clue. It
And
doesn't
this
hurt.
could
And
very
what did
well,
he? And hold
very
on.
well.
And what did he shut everybody down on? He said, "Nope."
Well, the lady, the host, asked the key
No,
question.
no
Right,
Indiana Jones and no
right.
Starfield.
There you go. He shut that
No
down.
Indiana
Real-
Jones and no Starfield.
He
There
didn't
you
want us
go.
to shut it down. The host asked the key question, and he had to address it.
But
So
that was just pre-scripted, so they put that out
Which
yeah,
there.
was
it's
Right.
scripted.
pre-scripted. Yeah, so
Which
Yeah,
he
was
didn't.
scripted.
He made himself look as
right.
if like no,
You can,
ask me the question. I want you
no,
to ask the question. I don't want to. I don't want to present
right. I'm going to.
that.
Oh, I'm gonna call it the way I see it. I know 100% that whole thing was scripted, but hey, it was a good script. They ran it. They played it to the T. But uh, to your point, OG, they are moving on. The world is moving on. The gaming is moving on. I think selfish people who only think of themselves in gaming are not moving on. And to the point, that's the reason why Sony itself finds themselves in the predicament they're in.
Yes, they not
They,
growing. They're
they're
actually
not, and that's
shrinking.
what Phil say. The hardware business is not growing. Now, don't get me wrong. I love my hardware. I love my Xbox, and if the next one I get that too. But I want the ability to be able to uh, be versatile, so to speak, meaning everywhere. If I don't feel like if I want to lay in bed tonight when I'm ready to go to sleep, I can actually turn on my TV and play. Even though I got an Xbox sitting right there, I may not feel like turning the Xbox on. I can go just turn the TV on and play it. When I'm out of the country, once latency gets better, I want to play that. Or I got my Legion Go that I can play this good game that finally is coming to Xbox Game Pass. But my whole point too is that it's evolving, and that's what he tried to explain. We cannot, if you sit around practicing your same old laurels and developing games the way you do, and you sit there and being complacent. Complacency is what's going to make you go out of business. And I do agree with him on that. You have people clowning on the social media networks because they were mad. And I'm like, you guys are taking this from a game perspective. These people, Phil did better than me because I wouldn't answer them. If this is all of us, I mean, but he had to because social media can hurt them too. But they answered them, but they have more planned. And I think overall, they shut everybody down. And you guys tell people, well, games still may come. And he said this is a test. A test. So, Jazz, what are your thoughts about the overall Xbox presentation addressing the
Um,
business
I thought it was
event?
pretty cool what I was able to catch. I just would like to see a little more backwards compatibility.
Yeah, that was in the comments.
Yeah, because I know I'm not the only one that feels this way. Definitely, not by a long shot. And with that, one of my pet peeves is some of the games that I bought. Like, I have the physical hard copy. Let's say Left 4 Dead 2, just for example. I have that physical copy, and that's the only reason, as of now, that I'm able to still play it. Now, my friends who saw me streaming it, she wanted to play. She can't play because it's not in the store anymore because she didn't buy the physical copy. Games like that game is popular. That don't make no sense. And it's old.
I think it's
So,
licensing issues with that one.
yeah, but that's not the only game. That's just the one that came to the top of my head right now. But like, I wish they would integrate more of that. So that was one of my main things. Shoot, all the old Call of Duty games, that'd be dope.
Oh, that's coming. You ain't got to worry about that.
Yeah,
Move
that's
on.
That's
coming.
coming.
That is, you ain't
Yeah,
got to
I
worry
know
about
it's
that.
coming. Like, come on, Cletus. But yeah.
He said, "Come on, please."
But I noticed there was no mention of physical media, and I understand why. And this goes to our topic from last week, and I don't want to delve too much into it, but that's kind of unfortunate. But
It's the way of the future.
exactly,
Muscle cars was going away too, so who feels sad about that? A lot of people. But it's the way of the times.
Hey, sir, you didn't
Anybody?
have to bring that.
Yeah, I did. To bring up the point home. That's why.
Well, let me say, I think they hit all the points. I mean, they addressed the concerns. and they let the first thing they wanted to to me, they addressed concerns of what 4 games. Yes, everybody was like, oh, it was doom and gloom. Again, I don't have a problem with the 4 games. Two, they said we are still invested in hardware. We got new hardware coming out in the fall that's going to impress you guys. I don't think it's going to be what people think. I just think it's going to be a new controller. I wish it would be a new handheld, but I don't think they could put one out that quick. I don't think they can do that till the next generation. Um, they addressed it. You know what? First and foremost, people can say what they want. We're console bound. We're going to always invest in a console. They let that be known. They also
Mm-hmm.
said, hey, we're in essence, it was the same old thing before, where Game Pass exists. So if you want to play it on your TV, your smartphone, on your on your refrigerator, wherever you want to play it. If you
Literally,
can
that
get,
sounds so weird, but that's a
yeah,
possibility. That's crazy.
right. If you if you have Game Pass, you play it where it exists. I have no problem. I think they shut the world down with that. It's because people are getting nervous, and rightfully so, because again, it goes back to their messaging and their marketing of their product, because they don't know how to control the messaging. And they always find themselves in this state of uncertainty, or having people think of uncertainty based off of what they're doing and how they react. Now I think, and y'all not gonna get this. Uh, Everybody was waiting till earlier the week, right? They were like, "Oh, when are they going to make a response? When are they going to make a response?" Here's my little conspiracy theory on this, and this is why. OG, why did they wait till today and not go in the beginning of the week? One of the reasons, I know people say, well, they always do it on Thursday. What was the reason why they went? Because you remember, beginning of the week, everybody was saying, well, they said next week, and this is next week. Why didn't they release it Monday or Tuesday?
I know. I
OG,
don't think I know about it's Fridays. If it's Friday, that means it's bad.
right?
If
But
it's
why didn't? Because a lot of people were. Well, you've been sick most of the week because you ain't been around. So you ain't been posting anything. So I know you ain't been around. So
yeah.
why do you think they waited?
I have an
Mm.
idea.
Okay, go with your idea.
Let the people talk a little bit.
Almost right. I'll give you talk. I'm gonna give you
Keep,
talk. The word talk does is
you
true.
said keep it heated.
No, no.
It's just a
Go
little
ahead.
vibe.
Nope, nope, nope. Go ahead, Jazz. Give me your point, Jazz.
Go ahead, where you going?
Why do you think they
Um,
waited?
I was gonna
Oh
say
my
have
goodness.
people talking too, because speculation and that's how they
Okay.
get. That's free
Right.
data.
Listen,
That's
listen to. Let me step back. Remember, this all happened last week. That was a taped. They could have dropped that on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why
Yeah,
didn't?
that was taped.
Right. So why didn't they? That was the question.
It probably was taped 2 weeks ago.
No, it was taped last week because they answered it. But why wasn't it shown?
Shoot, that's where the leak came from.
No. Why wasn't it shown till today? Okay. Let me tell y'all why.
Yeah,
And we y'all come on. Y'all have to put y'all critical analytical thinking hats on. Y'all dealing with me. Ah,
I want to say it's because of the 15th, but
go back one day.
that was Valentine's
Valentine's
Day.
Day.
No, no,
What?
true. No,
I said
no.
go back one day. I said 15th. You said go back
Yeah,
one day.
yeah,
So. How did
okay.
you mean to go back?
Yeah, and yeah, true, Valentine's Day. But as I stated to you guys, I said to you guys, wait till the 14th. Sony get their earnings out, and the true world gonna say, so
Mm.
guess what?
Dang
They
you for
waited till
making
the day
sense.
after they made. They waited a day after, so people can
Mm-hmm.
say, y'all always thinking we are the ones doing bad, but look at everybody else as well. They see the numbers too.
Mm.
You think about that. So I was like, okay, now did you see anybody saying anything? A lot of people were quiet yesterday. What came out? Sony may go multi-plat, this, that. Did they not say that? So that just
Mm-hmm.
broke everybody down and shut everybody up. Yes or no? You didn't see anybody in the streets, did you? Saying anything.
Except for the Xbox people like J. Rock.
But oh no, he don't stop. He kills me. That's my man right there. That is my boy, J
Oh,
Rock.
J Rock talking bad stuff.
J Rock is he deserves an Oscar for that. 'Cause he is he is relentless and he don't let up. He don't. But my point I'm making it, I thought it was very tactical for them to wait till the day after Sony said what they had to.
Yeah, when you put it like that, it definitely was tactical. That was
Yeah, it
definitely
was,
the plan.
and I think that's why they did that because it's like, okay, keep thinking we doing all this. Now, going back to the other point I wanted to make earlier about why I think you made a point about Call of Duty's not doing as good. I'm not here to debate that it's not doing good or not doing as well,
And when
but
I say that, I'm talking
well,
about in comparison of other Call of
yeah, I know,
Duties.
I know, I
For the
know,
for the
but
crowd, not you for the
but
crowd. I felt like
but
reiterating that.
but but it must be doing okay because that is not the first game they put in Game Pass. It's Diablo.
Mm-hmm. So it
Then
got to be doing
thinking,
better than
yeah, it's right. It ain't doing as bad as you think because they still making them
Mm-hmm.
pennies off of that game.
Mm-hmm.
So when they didn't announce Call of Duty,
That
it
guy's
was,
still making money. I don't care how
Nobody gonna
bad
buy
it's
that
doing.
$65 horse on Diablo. Yeah.
right because if because you were talking about gameplay and people engaged, if they really wanted to boost the engagement, put that game in Game Pass. That
Mm-hmm.
game is going to go ballistic. And that was the other thing. I was because a lot there was fear and speculation and FUD doubt that people were saying, "Oh, they're going to get rid of Game Pass and they're not going to put it." That's the first thing they said. All games are going to be day and date in Game Pass,
Yeah.
and they reiterate that, and that shut everybody down. And me myself, coming from my personal perspective, the way I see it, if they would have went up on $2 for Game Pass Ultimate, I still would have bought it. Hands down, nothing said. I wouldn't care. It is not going to hurt me $2 extra to get Call of Duty and all of the extra games in there. And if they took the $2 to put toward marketing, good, go do something. Because all I want you to do is market. So overall, I thought the video was good. I thought it was put together well. They answered all the questions. Re they thumped out, to my opinion, the fear, uncertainty, doubt. And everybody wants to go the additional mile and try to read between the lines and think, well, it's a possibility. If he didn't, then I shut somebody down and said, no, you're not. You're being disingenuous. He didn't say it was a possibility. He said this is an experiment. Only these four games. Only these four games. And if
And
the
he
games,
didn't say it, and he did it right because he said, "I don't want to say because these people been working so hard on their presentations, so you're gonna find out about it."
so overall,
But it's
I think
another plan. They want you to speculate some
right.
more.
I think it was overall they answered. I think they shut everybody down in the gaming world because everybody was so much of it's over. And I'm like, in back of my mind, I'm like, I don't know why these people acting stupid. But you do just think that they're going to spend 70 something $billion on a company and not try to be dominant. And they actually said they want to be one of the major forces in gaming. Did you not? Did any people did not hear them say
Mm-hmm.
that?
Mm-hmm. They said they want to be the force in gaming.
And so when they said that, I'm like, okay, what the devil are people thinking? You become number one by expanding everywhere, also, but making sure people understand your product is always number one.
Yeah, he definitely touched on that. He said we got to figure out how to get more players while continuing to
Right,
grow.
and he's right. You cannot get everybody on Xbox. That's not going to happen. I wouldn't even worry about that happening. But if I know I can get a good 30%, 60 million people playing an Xbox, I'm good. And I always go back to Apple. Apple OS on the PCs are 1% of the market, 5% of the market, and they still make a profit. Call it what you want. Whenever you the lowest one and you making a profit, guess what? There's still room for growth.
Yeah, because there's still
And
cards on
see,
the plate.
yeah,
So
right. And
hey,
see, Sony is at their end. Microsoft has room to grow because whenever you at the bottom, you always got room to grow.
It's got
If you
room to grow. Yeah.
so we'll see. So that being said, anybody else have anything they want to say on that topic?
hmm, nope. Sounds like nope to me. I don't hear nobody
Going
talking.
once.
Okay, so that being said, we'll see. I'm good with everything. I'm glad that we were able to approach these topics. So, based off last week's discussion about this week, do you guys, again, my last question, yes, do you think, what do you grade their response? Those who have looked at it.
What do you mean grade their response? The response to the
Probably, yeah,
just gaming in general, because that's what they touched on.
yeah,
Just a broad scope of where they hit it. I think they touched on everything that had. I think they answered all the questions that was really prominent that matter right now.
Yeah, I give them an
Because
A.
they even said they even trying to acquire more studios. They touched on a lot of stuff in that little bit of 20. In that 20 minutes, they touched on a lot.
true. What about you, OG?
I give them an A. People were
Yeah, I
just
do
worried
too.
about where the games are going. That's what they were worried about.
Everywhere. We gonna say where the game's going everywhere.
Dude, do you believe these people were out here selling their Xboxes though?
That was the
Yeah,
stupidest.
yeah, knee
Dramatic.
jerk reaction. Yeah, knee jerk
Dramatic.
babies. They
That's
was
so
babies. That's a
stupid.
baby reaction. You're not doing what I want. You don't even know what they're doing. You reacting to
Make
something
your
you
own
don't understand.
console then.
Reacting knee jerk reaction. That's all it was to popularize, sensationalize the situation.
That was stupid.
Hey, it sold tickets. They
So
probably got
stupid.
enough money to buy it right back, and they probably didn't sell. They probably sold it and was like, hey, just burn this up, and then I'm gonna cancel.
Right. Exactly.
Can I get my Xbox back?
You're right. I'm post this on Twitter X.
And honestly, I think a lot of those people was ready for PC anyway, because all the people that said they were selling their stuff said, "I'm gonna get a PC. I'm gonna just be PC." Like y'all was thinking that anyway.
Still
Y'all just
joining
sensationalizing
Microsoft,
it.
whether you like it or not. Like that's
Just
why I don't understand the
literally
hate.
sensationalizing it.
Stupid. I swear.
Because it's what I said. It's the people that don't really game, the people that have lives, and they look at information, they just take it at face value. These are people that stay on console because they don't want to get a PC because it's a lot of work involved in PC fine tuning it whenever you get a game, but it's only temporary. It's only when you first get a game how getting it together. Console, it's all there. You buy a console, you put the game in, boom. A lot of people don't have tech experience for stuff like that, so console hits the market for that.
I mean, we had some of the biggest influencers just floored. I mean, they really just gave up on Xbox. Like, wow.
Well, they took the leak as
Off of
truth.
rumor.
They took the leak as
Off of
truth, and
rumor.
yeah, they talked about Starfield, but they might have stated it in the meeting. It was just like, yeah, Starfield ain't going nowhere, but they didn't put that. You know, it's just a leak.
It's
Somebody can
ludicrous.
write up a PDF file and say it came from whatever.
That's why they teach us in school.
They-
Check your sources.
But you can't
Wait
check
for
that source.
with his mouth.
You can't check that
That's
source because
what
they
you
just
do.
say it's a leak, and what leak? Who was it? A leak that worked
Exactly.
for Microsoft. Like, come on, it could have been somebody who had nothing to do with Microsoft, just in the building that day.
But so and so said.
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get
Somebody
out.
gotta get up to get work out on.
Yeah. Gotta get that,
I heard the. Well, it's not big, y'all.
gotta get that workout on.
Hey, I ain't mad at you. You got your
Uh,
discipline.
so where can we find you? Let's start with OG. Where can we find you?
You can find me here every Thursday with the rest of the crew. You can find me on Twitter a little bit.
A little bit. Yeah.
Not too much.
After he feel better, he gonna get on there again. Watch, he just gonna be all Friday.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right.
Okay. What about you, sir? And are you streaming tomorrow?
I don't know about tomorrow. I may stream tomorrow. It's Friday. Sounds like a good plan. What?
We
I
get
don't
it.
know.
We get it through that weekend. So
Yeah, I got.
Oh, everybody else, right? Yes.
Yeah, y'all will be gaming tomorrow. I got
Federal holiday.
I don't know if it's gonna be Power World or if it's gonna be Destiny. But we'll find out.
I guarantee it'll be both.
Hey,
Power and Destiny.
that sound right on the money. But you gonna catch me there tomorrow on Twitch? Probably gonna get on around like 7:30 at the work, get a meal in me, and then pop on. Twitch is Sir Rich. You can find me also on Facebook under Sir Rich Gaming, Twitter, aka X, under Sir Rich. I said that backwards as ever. Under Sir Rich, as well as on YouTube and Instagram. All Sir
Okay.
Rich.
All right, man. Jazimoto, where can we find you?
You can find me here every Thursday with the rest of the crew. Make sure you tune in, hit that like button, please. I'm also going to be on Twitch at some point tomorrow. Power World, maybe Destiny. I'll see how I'm feeling mentally. I was also thinking about going back to Dying Light too, because I still ain't never finished that story, and I feel like I'm so close to the end. It's pissing me off. So yeah.
Let me say this because I know OG, both of y'all got Steam. I know y'all probably know, but Dead Island's free on Steam.
Yeah.
I downloaded it.
The second one or the first one?
Downloaded something. I mean, Dead Island something. I downloaded it, but it's not the. But it's one of the Dead Island.
First,
I hope
I think it's the first.
Okay, I already played the first one like a lot, but you know what? If I can get
But-
more achievements,
Hey,
I'm down with it.
Hey, it's free. That's all I can
I
say.
know
I
it's
love free. It's free, so that's why I download. May not ever play it, but I play it. It's free. I download it, so that's good for my Steam account.
Yep.
Uh,
But shoot, what else? Also Instagram, Facebook, Twitter /X, whatever you choose to call it that day. YouTube, all Jazimoto. So come check me out.
okay, so for those who can't see it and listening, spell Jazimoto.
It is JA5ZYMOTO.
There you go. There you go.
Thank you,
There you
Lauren.
go. I want you to say that. That's what I want you
Appreciate you.
to do. Okay. Okay, me, let's see. It's a 3-day weekend because I ain't working Monday either. So good for me. You can find me here every Thursday with the crew. Xbox, PlayStation, and it's the one on all of that. So you can find me there, and I'll be with the crew, like I said, every Thursday. I'll be probably streaming Remnant. Almost this one boss I got to beat. I helped somebody else beat him, but I got to beat it tomorrow. I just said I'll take this boss on at another time. So I'll go finish that. And I think I'll be playing that and some Call of Duty and probably one other game, but those are definites. And if I can get onto the games earlier tomorrow, I'll be really happy. Depends on how my day goes. Yeah. So those are listening, thanks for joining us. Like and subscribe. On that note, we're going to go to our buddy Serge and tell him to take us out of here. Holla, holla.
It is time to
Holla,
holla.
holla, holla,
Holla,
holla,
everybody.
holla, 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 holla.